The sun. It's quite an amazing creation. We couldn't live without it. Life would not exist. If only we could put it to work for us. Solar electric has many uses these days, from commercial property to industrial property, such as a solar field used to supplement the electricity going to the grid. In this video, let's focus on residential solar electric systems and also the ways that we can harness the power of solar for later use. My first solar installation was 14 panels. It created about 4,700 watts of power during the day. It was enough, however, to make my power meter run backwards, which, if you've never seen that, it's a pretty amazing thing to watch because it's something you don't see every day. Since these old meters weren't designed to run backwards, the power company had to come out and put a new digital meter on the home which shows bi-directional power. It records the power going in as well as the power going out to the power grid. That way I get paid for any excess that I produce that day. About 5 years later, I added to my system. As you can see, the difference between the lower two rows of panels and the upper row, they are bigger, they have a darker background, and actually the bigger ones produce more power than the smaller ones do. I also wrapped around the back of the home because there wasn't enough room on the one side of the home to put the entire system on there. Together I have probably about a 10 kilowatt system that provides most of the power to my home, and I'll explain that to you in just a moment. These are the control panels in the garage. They actually take the DC current that comes from the solar electric panels and converts it to AC power that supplies the home or either sends it excess to the grid. Even though Florida is known as the Sunshine State, we're also known for hurricanes, for evening thunderstorms, as the lightning capital of the world. So on those days when we have the overcast weather, do we still produce electricity? The answer is yes. This is the display on my panel box that we just looked at, and as you can see, I'm still putting out 327 watts of power, and that was on the day that we just saw where it's raining overcast from a tropical system that's coming through. When storms come through Florida, you're likely to lose your power. Well, when you lose your power, you also lose your solar electric system. It does nothing but sit there and protect the roof from the rain. I later added this. It's a battery backup system for the house that will store the electricity from the solar panels even in power outages for distribution throughout the house. It only supplies a 110 circuitry. I don't have a system that is big enough to power the entire home. It will take a much larger unit than this, but they do make them, Tesla Powerwalls and so forth. They can produce enough power to supply the home. This particular system is a 10 kilowatt system. It has a bottom base that's added on to give more room for battery storage. And this particular unit here has a total of 16 kilowatt worth of battery power. This is the upper part of the inside of the unit. It's connected to the Wi-Fi for remote access to it for controls and so forth. And then the bottom unit is where the battery storage is. I've only got a 10 kilowatt system, so it's got 5 2,000 watt batteries currently. I could add 3 more to it for a total of 16 kilowatts. The panel box on the right works in conjunction with the battery backup, so when the event of power outage, it transfers the power from the sun to supply the home, and it also prevents any power from going back into the grid. It shuts that system down. When it senses that the power is back on, that process reverses and the house is back on the grid and saves the rest of the power in the battery for later use. This has been a brief overview of my solar electric system with battery backup. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. I'll try and help you any way possible. Also, SolarFit in Central Florida is a very professional company. All of their installations have been high quality and professionally done. So don't hesitate to contact them or contact me, and I'll help you get any questions answered you may have.